Well, such as the creation on day 4. And 4 become the number of the earth. The superstructure is all in place for the life 5 and 6 to come. The creatures of the deep. And then on the 5th day, the creatures of the land. And we have the Adam story of Adam's partner talking to the serpent. He's a creature of the deep. He's slithering on the land. He's in the wrong place, of course. He should be in the deep. But he's on land and he's in the garden. The serpent, the dragon, Leviathan, glorified version of the Loch Ness Monster, which, according to my dad's friend, comes out of the lake because his headlights were on him one night when he was with his girlfriend in the woods nearby. And this thing, this huge creature, went across the driveway in front of them. They were concerned, to say the least. My dad believed the story. Why? Because he knows his friend doesn't tell lies. Dad was a man of integrity and therefore could trust that some people are also of integrity, because he is. Well, in as far as a man can be, of course. You know what I mean, don't you? Anyway, that's got nothing to do with this, has it? Let me see now. Oh, yes, well, this is J5. And 5 is the number, I don't think I've said this much before, it's the number of grace. My grace is sufficient for you. When I send my fallen angels, so-called, by a world that does not understand, but I have to speak in their language. When I send my fallen angels to do the work that they are to do, my grace is most certainly sufficient for them. They are my children. You don't cast out demons by screaming and trampling and threatening and violence. You cast out demons by telling them of the goodness of God that includes them most certainly, not because of who they are, but because of who God is. He chooses to love all of his children, always. And that's really beyond the comprehension of us in our childish state here. Of course, that is why we're here. To be perfected. I don't mean you have to suffer terribly to achieve this transcendence to glory, to graduate. In fact, on the contrary, if you just determine to be a good student, you will have a life here of much blessing. But if you need to suffer the experience of evil and being evil, rather than just, if you like, take good advice, or carefully observe and see the effects of evil in this world in which you are in now, in the classroom, in the school. If you fail to learn in this way, then you will need to be experiencing both doing the evil and suffering from the evil. And I don't say this as punishment, I say this as it's a necessary hard time to have the fullness of heaven for eternity. And that by definition makes it well worth your while. Do you agree to do it? Yes, Lord, I would like to go to earth and be born in this way and learn accordingly. May I be a very good student and avoid the suffering that otherwise I would need to experience. Okay. So, dear friend, this is another story of the grace of God. You can choose to believe it, or you can choose not to. Of course. You need to be uncertain to choose to love God with all your heart, soul, mind and strength. So uncertain you have been. Bless you. And you are blessed. I did it myself. You can imagine God saying that, can't you? And perhaps not just imagine, but even recall. You see, some of us are called. We all need to be. And you can be called too. In trust, of course. Are you going to trust that you're called? That you don't need to come to this world of good and evil, transitory, the uncertainty, that world of matter, time and change? Are you ready not to return? Choose you this day. This day, not tomorrow, this day, whom you will serve. Now is the only time you truly have. I don't mean that's a threat. I mean that's a promise that you'll be given more and more time here if such you choose to do, because you come to realize it's best that you do come here. Which is why, of course, God has you here. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. May we love you with all our heart, soul, mind and strength, and not need to return here again. Thank you, Dad. Well, to want such is to value such, and to value such qualifies you. And at one stroke you find not that you need to ascend, but that you have. That we are with him, Jesus, where he is, not where he will be, but also where he is. So I mean not just where he will be and where he always is in a sense, but here now, in this present day. Choose you this day whom you will serve. Bless you, and you are blessed. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.